If your indoor cat sleeps most of the day, seems flat, or has stopped acting curious about much of anything, do you actually know why? Sure, it's easy to assume that's just what an indoor cat is like: calm, low key, content to watch the world go by. But behind that stillness, there's usually one single mistake almost every indoor cat owner makes without ever realizing it. It's one of the most common and most overlooked causes of chronic low grade stress in cats who never go outside. And if you've been reading that flatness as a peaceful cat, which most owners do, you might actually be looking at an animal who has quietly stopped expecting anything interesting to happen. Let's start with what that one mistake actually is. The mistake: treating safe as the same thing as enough. Have you ever felt like your indoor cat has everything they could possibly need? Food, a warm home, zero danger, a soft bed, and wondered why they still seem checked out most of the day? Researchers reviewing quality of life in indoor cats, including work out of the University of Bristol, have found that safety and psychological well-being are not the same measurement. A cat can be completely protected from cars, predators, and weather, and still be chronically understimulated in ways that don't show up as an obvious emergency. To your cat, indoors being safe doesn't mean indoors feels complete. A wild cat's brain expects a den to be a home base within a much bigger world to patrol, hunt, and monitor, not the entire world itself, permanently, with nothing outside it. Safe and satisfied are not the same word to a cat's nervous system. The fix isn't more safety, it's rebuilding the pieces of a bigger world inside the one your cat actually has access to, which starts with an instinct most owners never think to address at all. And pay attention to the third sign, because it's the one vets here described as such a chill cat more often than almost any other. Sign 1: the hunting sequence that never finishes. Have you noticed your cat suddenly attacking your ankles or exploding into play out of nowhere for no obvious reason at all? Ethologists studying feline behavior have documented a complete predatory sequence hardwired into every cat: stalk, chase, pounce, kill, eat. Indoors, with no prey available, that sequence gets triggered by instinct constantly, but almost never gets to actually finish the way it's supposed to. To your cat, that drive doesn't just switch off because there's nothing to catch in the room. It builds with nowhere to go until it eventually has to come out somewhere, sometimes hours after the original trigger has already passed. An instinct with no outlet doesn't go quiet. It goes somewhere else, usually onto the furniture, onto your ankles, or inward into exactly the kind of flatness we're talking about today. The fix is play that completes the full sequence: stalk, chase, and a real catch at the end, followed by a small snack. Closing the loop, your cat's brain is built to expect every single time. If this is already explaining some things about your own cat, that's exactly what this channel is built for. Hit like and subscribe. It helps other cat owners find videos like this one. The next sign is about something most living rooms are missing entirely, and it's easy to fix once you see it. Sign 2: the vertical world you forgot to build. Have you noticed your cat gravitating toward the highest available surface in any room? The fridge, a bookshelf, the top of a door frame, even a precarious stack of boxes? Environmental needs research on indoor cats has consistently found that vertical space measurably reduces stress, giving cats a vantage point and a sense of control over their territory that flat floor space simply can't provide, no matter how much of it there is. To your cat, height means safety and oversight, the ability to see everything coming before it arrives, and a clear escape route if something goes wrong. Without it, a cat is stuck at ground level in a permanent low-grade state of vigilance that never fully switches off. A cat with no real vertical territory isn't calm. They're just too tired to keep climbing towards space that was never built for them in the first place. The fix is shelving, a cat tree near a window, or simply clearing the top of a bookcase. Height is one of the cheapest, highest impact fixes available, and most homes already have the furniture to make it work. The next one is about how small your cat's entire world actually is compared to what their instincts still expect. Sign 3. A territory the size of a living room. Have you ever wondered how much space a cat would actually cover if the front door were simply left open? Tracking studies on free-roaming cats have found that outdoor territories can span anywhere from a modest yard to several hectares, filled with constantly changing smells, sounds, and small discoveries every single day. An indoor cat's entire territory, by comparison, is often a handful of rooms that never change, week after week, year after year. To your cat, a world that never changes isn't restful. It's sensory deprivation. Nothing new to investigate, ever, for years at a time, in a brain built to expect constant small novelty. This is exactly the sign that gets mistaken most often for good behavior. Remember what I said at the start. The cat vet's here described as such a chill cat more than almost any other. This is that cat. Quiet, not because they're content, but because nothing has asked anything of them in a long time. The fix is rotation, not addition. Swap toys in and out weekly, add a new scent or box occasionally, and give them a secure window perch that turns the outside world into daily entertainment without any real risk. Last one. The signs owners consistently read backwards. Sign 4. The signs owners mistake for good behavior. Has anyone ever complimented you on how easy and low maintenance your cat is? Sleeping most of the day, never demanding anything, always calm no matter what's happening around them. Feline behavior specialists working with indoor cat well-being have identified excessive sleeping, over-grooming, and a general loss of curiosity as some of the clearest stress indicators in cats, and also some of the most consistently misread as a laid-back personality by the people living with them every day. To your cat, that stillness isn't contentment. It's closer to a shutdown response, an animal that has learned nothing interesting is coming, so there's no reason to stay alert for it, or invest energy in curiosity that's never rewarded. The quietest cat in the room isn't always the happiest one. Sometimes they're just the one who stopped expecting anything to happen at all. The fix is watching for genuine curiosity, not just calm. Does your cat still investigate something new when it appears in the room? If that spark is consistently missing, it's an enrichment problem, not a personality trait. What if you've already got toys and a cat tree and nothing changed? So what if you've already bought the cat tree, the toys, the scratching posts, and your cat still seems flat day after day, no matter what you add? Enrichment isn't about how many objects are sitting in the room. It's about novelty and rotation. The same untouched toy becomes furniture after about a week, invisible to a cat who's already mapped every inch of it. Try changing what's available regularly instead of simply adding more permanently. And if genuine curiosity still doesn't return even with a real variety introduced consistently, that's worth a vet visit. Flatness that doesn't respond to enrichment can also point to pain, age-related changes, or an underlying medical issue that deserves ruling out, especially in senior cats or cats with a sudden shift in energy. If this changed how you'll look at your cat's quiet moments, the next video is already there.